Okay, one more time. We're going to test this out, see how my audio is this time. I think it's going to be better. That's my sense. It's going to be a little bit better.
I've just checked the stream. That feels much better.
Okay, great. Yeah, it is. I feel like we're on the cutting edge of all these different things working together and working well together. Maybe not the cutting edge, bleeding edge. The things Mr. M does to avoid being trolled by me. That must be surly dev out there.
It does feel a little bit like, you don't just need the right technical expertise, but the right, phase of the moon and the right quantity of sacrificial animals to get like, the audio and things in sync, Yeah,
there also appears to be a kind of a limit to the number of times I can do the show and keep this machine running. And so, there seem to be problems with my hardware, my H6 microphone, and in its interface to the computer. There seems to be a problem with Voice Meter Banana, which I'm using to adjust the levels. Maybe a problem with OBS, and it could all entirely be a problem inside just my mind, and that's it. So anyway, Roy, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. We can hear each other again. As I say, once our setup is good, I think, not bad.
We got a shot of getting through this, don't we?
We do.
All right. Let's see here. Let's look at the code here. What do I got here? Your mind is the only thing that isn't faulty here, says Surly Dev. We'll see if that's the case. I have not started running things up, so we don't have any fanfare yet. I actually wanted to make just a couple changes to the fanfare, and let's see if I can get that. Going here. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me bring this over to this screen. I want to open up the. Hold on, let's see. And I was having internet connections earlier, problems like just before we were starting too. I was like, it's just like getting beaten left and right. Here's the spreadsheet I wanted to bring up. Over here, I've got the fanfare. I wanted to add a new field over here called maybe count, like this. And I want to make this one all the way down through here like this. And we need one for sex positive. This, because we didn't put hers in. And do I have let me see, make sure. I think this is case sensitive, so I want to make sure. Yeah, it's SX positive like that. And, the seconds long is somewhat problematic. I'm going to guess it's about 16 seconds. The problem is over here I've got two of these here for the count. So, let's see, is that about the right color?
So this is the number of different fanfares.
Yeah, that's what it is. Where's my formatting? Paste format. That's what I want right there. Okay, so I'm going to save that right there, and then we're going to we'll come out and say download it as a PDF. I got to go grab the right location to put that in. We'll go figure that out. I'm not sure what's happening on this screen. What's going on? Way more than 16 seconds. I broke it into two different pieces is what I did. What is going on here with this? Export. Did I do the wrong thing? Print settings. Hold on. Let me try this again. Download as. Maybe I selected the wrong one. PDF document. Okay, it's just a new. Oh, I see. It's just. Wait, maybe I don't. I know what my problem is. I don't want PDF. Hold on. Cancel. Let me bring this back up. Yeah, it's CSV, yeah. So you can tell this is the kind of day I'm having today, I think. It's like, what? I'm kind of like feeling a little bit underwater. I am actually feeling like I'm fighting something. So let's try one more time. Download as CSV. That's what I want to do here. Let's get in here and let's go to, don't laugh, no giggling.
No. I had this idea that you'd perhaps without, maybe I'd missed some technological change where it was now a approved process to wrap an Excel spreadsheet in a PDF on a disk and use it as a database.
No, this is why I need you to speak up like crazy on this. Let's see. Let's go out to, I think if I go to sound effects, it's going to get me close out here. Overlay manager. And then, is it there? No, it's Mr. Announcer Bot. Mr. Announcer Bot, I think again. And then data. There it is right there, fanfare.csv. That's where I wanted to save to, right there. Yeah, so now I've added a new field here, count. And I've got two here. So what I want to do is, if, to add variety, we might have a second one here, that sort of thing. I don't know what we're going to do with the seconds long because that seems, specific to each one. But that's kind of what we're going to do. The whole purpose of seconds long is to drop the music down, so it's not critical, crazy critical. I want to go over into Mr. Announcer Bot here, and why is Shirley Dev telling me to replace a star with a comma 1? What is that? I mean,
I'm
dollar
not sure
sign
where
with a
the
comma
dollar
1
would come from.
Yeah, that I associate in regex. That's end of line, but I'm not sure what that is. So let's see. Let's go to Fanfare DTO. That's going to get us close to it. Let's go do that. We'll grab that one. Can it move? Okay, let's tab out to that. And load persistent data. Here's where we bring in the fanfares. And I guess I just need to go into, actually Fanfare DTO is probably where I just need to be. I just need to come in here and do an AI here for count, I think is what we're calling it. And I can double check back there. Yep, I called it count. So there's my count right there. And then let's go see where our Fanfare DTO is. It's in fanfares. Here's where we get one of them. Play fanfare. That's awesome. Let's go in there to play fanfare. And there it is. Boom, 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 boom. Mark fanfare is played. Okay, that's okay too. And if it doesn't contain the fanfare, then you cue it. Okay, that's if we're getting out. Display name. Activate see my name. So now here's what I want to do is I want to do something like this. We're going to say the index stir, something like that maybe. And I've got these indexed by 1, starting at 1, not 0. So we'll say that's equal to that. And then we're going to say if fanfare.count is greater than 1, then we're going to say index stir is equal to, new random dot next, like that. And I think it takes a max value, so we'll say 2. So
is that not 0. The count?
That's going to be 0. Sorry, duh. That is the count. Thank you. So we're going to say the count plus 1. I think like that. And when you want to do, I think this is going to be, we have to say math dot floor, like that, to floor that. And we might still need to typecast that to an int. So what do we have? Floor.
Plus 1 needs to be inside, doesn't it? Or oh no, maybe not. Sorry.
I'm okay there, but what's wrong with floor? What is it not like here? Following the decimal or double. So I need to typecast. This is double, so it's just CD there. We'll typecast that as double. It should fix it. Do I need parens around that? Maybe. I need parens. Is that going to get it for me? No.
It's a pair there, it's a pair there. That looks
Can
fine.
type
That's good.
to
I think
string.
you've got an extra close bracket. Surely.
No, it's into string is what it is. Is my problem. So we get to there dot to string, and then
let's get a double. Do some stuff to it. No, sorry. Get an integer. Do some stuff to it. Turn it to a double. Do some more stuff to it. Get an integer, and then finally to string the whole lot. Brilliant.
Yeah, that took a lot more code than I felt is necessary. But I'm just going to add index stir to it there, and we'll put a breakpoint right there. And we'll be able to test that if sex positive comes into the room. Let's go ahead and start this up. See if that works. Yeah, because we've got 2 for her. Because I just decided hers was too long, and I thought it would be more fun to break it into. And I think so for some of the regulars, it might be fun to have start of line. Wait, oh sorry. Oh. I think I see what you're saying. Suggesting copying and pasting and editing in VS is what I think. And then replacing the start of line with a comma, I think is what I think he's suggesting that. That's what I think Sirleav was suggesting.
Okay.
Okay. So with that said, and we're starting up here.
Just a quick look at the stream, Mark. I'm seeing all the chat come past, but the background that's usually behind it is missing. So when somebody types something, you're getting the raw text over the top of your task list in Studio.
Oh, you're right. And you know why? Because I think that just happened because we started up here. If I switch over here, it'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why is because when we start up after we've started the stream, one of the things this app does is it changes to Kent's turn or Kayla's turn or something along those lines. So it changes to one of those turns.
Okay, cool.
So that's kind of what's going on there. So that's the Fanfare change I wanted to make. We can test that later if Sex Positive comes in. The other thing I want to do is just get a sense of overall audio for this. I'm going to actually shoot, since Surly Dev is here, I'm going to go, unless Surly Dev, you want to say something else and test the Fanfare now. I was going to go trigger yours. Who's in the house? There you go.
Surly Dev is in the house.
And audio on that looks okay. That was the question. And I'm looking at my audio levels on there. And yesterday when I was trying to reduce desktop audio, I was dragging it quite a bit to the left and I saw no change. It was still redlined. So I was under the impression that, and I said this on the stream, I said it's having no effect. But if I drag it even further, like it's now less than half and it's no longer in the red line. And I'm pretty sure this is a combination of what's happening here with my output from Voice Meter Banana and what is going on with OBS. So I feel like, Surly Dev has asked, can you tell I had that on the clipboard already? Excellent. Excellent. Love the cassette on there. Yeah. Speaking of which, let's get some music going here because we didn't play any music at all yesterday. Let's see if we get the music going. Oh, it looks like we're not fully loaded yet, so we're still loading up. So when that gets done, there we go. It looks like it just finished. Let's try if we get music now. There we go. Let's get some music. I talked to Carl Franklin about bringing over his music to code by. He's going to do it. I actually like the faster pace of this. Yeah, that's it. But right now we have two genres, action and techno. So I think we start out with
Is in the house.
Hey, Will, good to see you. Glad you're here, buddy. He puts the evil in devil. He puts the ass in assembler. He took the I out of team. You're welcome, confidence gurus. And when he codes, he takes the fun out of function. Mark the time, Rory, because Will Bennett is here. That's awesome, Will. I feel like we need Will to be writing some of our Mr. Announcer Bot copy introductions. I think we need to do that. That sounds awesome. Yeah, so we're in the action genre now. We can switch genres and go over to techno later if we want to. And we'll add other genres later too, including Carl Franklin's music to code by genre. You guys will be able to control the music.
So Mark, what's your CPU like at the moment? Because when that music plays, it tends to completely destroy your audio to me.
My CPU is at 50%. And it's your audio is let's listen to what's coming off of the stream here. Let's see what we got here. Huh? Straight butter.
Was anyone looking for more chaos?
And the music comes up right afterwards. Nice. I'm gonna unmute the stream for a second. Just listen to my audio and check my audio on the stream. Make sure it's good.
No, I agree. The stream is fine.
Yeah, Surly says it's okay. So we're good. Hey, Straight Butter, welcome. Glad to have you here. Forgot to switch. Yeah, forgot the switch to cut that out. No worries, Straight Butter. We're glad to have the butter spray when you arrive. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about this, right? We've done shows in the past where this thing's been up higher.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can turn the volume down just a little bit there. So we've got this thing we added. Straight Butter says, been so busy, missed several shows. Yeah. Certainly, why would you want to do that, though, Straight Butter? When you can come in big, like scroll up and look at Will Bennett's entrance. His text is awesome. Yeah, you're setting an incredibly high precedent, Will. Can you write this, Will, every day? That's going to blow my mind if you can. But yeah, these last two intros he's done for himself have been amazing. Okay, so let's see. Folks who just came in, we just added just a few lines of code here. And I've got two different intros now for Sex Positive. I took her big one and I cut it into two different ones, and I then added here it is right here. I added a new field over here into our Mr. Announcer Guy Fanfare page. I exported that CVS out, and so now we should get a breakpoint here if Sex Positive comes in the show. Not sure if she's going to join us or not, but if she does, we should see that breakpoint. We should then, it'll randomly pick one of the two scenes. And if I've named the scenes correctly, which I think I have, everything is going to work, and one of those two will be selected. You'll either get the pheromone version or the zombie version of her intro. And then that's the cool thing behind this is that it allows us to then, you have her fanfare going. Can't wait to see them. Yeah, they are, overall the main one was pretty over the top yesterday, and I think we had sound problems too, so it was like really, it was clipping. But what was I going to say on that? I don't remember. I think I lost it. All right, let's go back into, Surly says he was laughing hard for ages. It was pretty fun. Well, you have to remember, she requested peacock, laser eyes, and a scarf, I think, is what she requested. So that's what she got. It was actually incredibly fun doing making the laser eyes work. I learned a lot about After Effects and worked it through with Adobe Premiere as well. So I was feeling really good about all of that. All right, let's show you what we're doing. Kind of where I'm going here. I was working on this a little bit this morning, and I'm pretty confident I broke something. Let's just double check that. I'm going to start by initializing player data. I'm going to click this button right here, and when this button hits, we should see the scroll window come down. And I think it's going to happen over the stream as well. Let's see what happens here. Yep, it happened over the stream. And as evidence that I broke it, we've got no data here at all. So I definitely broke it. If I come and select this, fine. If I make a change here, like change it to an 11 and hit enter, nothing's coming across. So I broke it really well. I really effectively broke it. So we're going to see what we're going to do here. What's Rory saying to me on... You sent me a video, Rory, is what you just sent me. And I'm not hearing you.
Did it send it? Interesting.
Yeah.
I was doing a recording of the Skype for about 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Could it give you an impression later on of what I've got?
Yeah. Another aptly named Overkill production. Not sure which you're referring to there. If it's, but it could have been any of the things we talked about. So we need to fix this. I need to find out how I broke it, and we need to fix it. So that's our mystery. Oh yeah, to the Peacock intro. Yeah, we are definitely Overkill Productions on that. Yeah, it's always criticized unless somebody needs that. In which case, although I was helping Karen with one of her assignments, and she had to do some video with special effects. Oh, actually, I think I can show it to you guys. Hold on, let me find that. Give me a second here. And I've got Dropbox paused, so I'm not sure I can get you a link or not with it paused. But I think I can. Let's see, give me a moment. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's a little bit fun. There it is. Let's see if I can copy a Dropbox link. Looks like I cannot. I'm going to temporarily unpause Dropbox. So I pause it for performance reasons. And I'm going to come in here, copy the Dropbox link on that. Then I'm going to come back and pause it again. I'm going to be like, sucker. I just unpaused you just to, now it's pausing. It's going to take a moment while it tries to chill out. Solo says it's pausing. Looks like I've got a performance issue with Dropbox. There we go. Singing pause. All right, cool. Take a look at this, kids, if you want to, if you choose to. So this is a project Karen had to do where she had to represent a proverb, a famous proverb. And I was like, and basically she wanted to do something that was the effect of like, she wanted it to be lots of chaos. And the proverb, you can try and guess it if you watch this. And I wanted to have special effects like crazy. I was going to have lightsabers coming in, explosions, all kinds of stuff. And she said, you get one special effect. So there's one special effect at the end. Anyway, you guys can watch that and see what you think. Do you switch from a boom mic to the one you were wearing, or have you always used this? Never noticed. I've always used this. There's a little bit of thing in the background. So one of the other things that happened, like I think yesterday, is I updated the firmware in my Logitech Brios. And as soon as I did that, here, let me switch views over here. Let's go over to this view. You can kind of see, and I've tweaked it, but you can kind of see around the outside of me, or outside the outline of my head, you can see these kind of lines that kind of move as I move. And that was new with the update. And then I'm also seeing like a little bit here, right from the cord, just show up here. So the quality of the image seems a little bit lower. If I turn off the chroma key, there seems to be no obvious difference in it. I think it has to do with how they're compressing. I think they're compressing more is my guess. And I've put a request out to, support request out to Logitech, and I haven't heard back yet. So I'm dealing with this. So that's kind of what's going on. Surly Dev says, that's funny, Mark. Yeah, it's kind of funny. That's funny. We've got looks like fun making the video. Yeah, we did that video in about, I don't know, 4 takes, I think. And that was the 4th take we did. We've got like a family full of performers. Everybody's performance in that is pretty good. And especially I love, there's a moment where both the girls, my daughter's on my other daughter's back, and one moment they both scream mom, and their heads both go out opposite directions, the same angle, and I just love that moment because they're just both into the performance. So yeah, Overkill Productions, so we get to do stuff like this sometimes. But yeah, I'm really waiting for somebody to say, but we need a lot of special effects, Mark. Okay. Back over to the code here. Let's figure out what's going on here. First thing I want to do is go into inspect, see if I got any errors. I have a feeling I don't. Well, maybe I do. What's this? That's my error. That's on update player data. Let's go in. I'm going to click on initialize player data one more time on here and see what happens. Actually, do we get the error on the call a second time? Yeah, we kind of do, it looks like. So it looks like that character is not found. That's what it looks like. So let's go see if we figure out why the character is not found. Where is that? That's in character stats scroll. Let's go find that. Here we go, right here. Character stats scroll. Looks like we refresh the music here. Loading back up again.
I should point out that your audio just completely fixed itself.
Because the music is gone from your perspective.
And now it's gone again.
Wait, it's gone?
Did the music start again?
No, music hasn't started. So yeah. We're pushing everything a little bit. Let's put that out there. Let's see what's going on here. Set player data. If I'm going to click on the initialize player data button, do I get to come out here? I do. Okay, so let's look at this. So I've got characters for setting it to nothing. It's an array of nothing. We can get rid of do push on this new character. Let's do an F11 step inside new character. I think the problem might be here. Whoa! I got a 10 and I'm out. What is going on there? I don't even understand that. So there's a problem somewhere in here. Is what it looks like. But we're not catching that exception, and it's not being recorded.
Just to interrupt you, Mark, your audio to me is pretty good, but I've checked the stream and it is clipping pretty badly.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Check it. Let's check this stream.
Almost like only one of them can work consistently at once.
Wow. Let's see if we can hear that here. Let me unmute. So
I'm curious, for those that can hear the stream, is my vocals also clipping and vibrating and what have you, or is it just the stuff that's coming from Mark?
No, I think I was just listening to it, Rory. It's not good. Check it. Let me hold on a second. Rory, it's not good. What? All right, let's try. let's try this for a second. Microphone 4. That might be far on the other side of the room. 1 second. Microphone 4. That might be far on the other side of the room. 1 second. Let's try now switching to 3. That might be far on the other side of the room. 1 second. Let's listen to that. 3. That might be far on the other side of the room. 1 second. I think 3 is better. Listen to that. So I'm temporarily going to another microphone to switch out. I think 3 is better. Listen to that. So I'm temporarily going to another microphone. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do 3, which is right here in front of me. So it's okay, but it's not this microphone right here. So I can take this out, I think. Or no, wait, this might be going to Rory though.
So I can hear you really well over the one you've just taken out of your ear.
Okay. So
and I can hear you when I listen to the stream, and it's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll work on that.
The microphone is working, just not with the stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm uninstalling Voice Meter Banana is what I think I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna simplify things. Ooh. We have some visitors. No, run, little guy! Run, little guy! He made it! He made it! Oh no!
He's in the house.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it. I was really hoping he was going to make it that time. Okay. So sounds better now, I think. And we've got a problem somewhere in here. We were like here trying to initialize, and I hit F10 on this line, and everything died. That poor little alien guy. He tries so hard every time. Let's see if my breakpoint is still out there. Let's call initialize player data again. Here we go. Okay. So we're here. Here. Dare I F11? Can I F11? And I'm done. As soon as I hit F11, it's like it can't even do this line. It's like, is it this line of code that's the problem? I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set do a try catch around this is what I'm going to have to do here. So let's do that. And let's do console log, let's say error, like that. By the way, Mark spoke to Brian about keto, said the conference schedule keeps him from being able to follow it. Now to hope this doesn't derail the actual show, says Legendary Moo. Yeah, yeah. So I can train him to do this, on how to stay on keto even when you're traveling. It is not, well, from my perspective, not that hard. Maybe if you've got a little bit of discipline, but if you're the kind of person that, hey, I'm in a social situation and people are saying, have some bread, then it might be a little harder. Let's say unable to create new character. I broke something somehow, but it's kind of mysterious right now in terms of what I broke. So let's do and put the message out here. Do we have a message out of the exception? What's in here? I guess I'll just send out EX, I guess. Huh.
I appreciate we're sort of debugging the scroll, but the scroll is also on screen blocking a fair quantity of the code.
Oh yeah, let me fix that too. I think
I'm sure it can be removed, but maybe if Studio was moved slightly, I don't know.
It's the fastest way right there was for me to do it that way. I just got to reload everything. Mind if I hit you up for some help? I think it should be simple. No, I don't mind at all. Oh, you're asking Will Bennett. Okay. Anyone in chat good with regex? Oh, okay, got it. It should be simple. Okay, cool. Nice. Thanks, Will. I used to learn enough about regex that I created a feature in CodeRushed called regex aliases, which allowed you to create meaningful named associated with an alias for something bigger, more complex, and nest those inside of regex expressions. So CodeRushed Classic has this. We did not port it to CodeRushed for Roslyn because everybody's like, we have a better idea, and that was a lot of crazy. You made us do, Mark. So I was like, all right, fine. I think, are we debugging here? Or let's see.
I really like the idea of how that worked, but isn't it true that mostly Smart Selection has taken over from that in large part?
There was also another thing that we wanted to do as well that was going to take over for it. So
okay.
All right. So what's going on here? It looks like we got a problem here. We had to shut everything down. All right, that doesn't look good. Look at my stream here for a second. Let me just refresh that. I want to kill every instance of Chrome. You come back in here, run it one more time. And so now we're hoping to catch an exception in this. And I'll set a breakpoint there because the characters are not being outed. Yeah, I made some changes to character, and I'm not exactly sure what they are. That would lead us to this problem. So, okay, so let's go into players, and Legendary Moose says, I miss CodeRushed Classic. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, well, it was the development of years and years of, it was a result of years and years of development. But switching to Roslyn was was needed to get the faster performance and lower memory use.
Yeah.
So we're still gradually bringing over features that people are missing from Classic. One of the ones that we're working on this year is duplicate code detection and possibly also the consolidation feature as well, bringing those across.
Nice.
Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so we've got the breakpoints here. We are loaded up. Let's click the initialize player data button, and now we're in here. So let's try one more time. I'm going to go inside, and oh, I got past that line. I'm hitting F10, past that line, that line. I don't understand why I was dying before and I'm okay now. I don't understand. And
certainly
whoops,
getting further.
we got the
there
error.
is an exception.
Dice roll kind is not defined. That's super interesting. Dice roll kind, let's go find out. So that was the piece that I added it to. Hold on, let's go here. Dice roll kind says it's not defined. That means whatever it's in, dice layer needs to be used, referenced by our main index. So that's our problem, is what it looks like. Although dice roll kind actually shouldn't even be here. We should stick it somewhere else. Let's figure out that. So we've got all of these pieces here. Sprite type's is okay there, but dice roll kind, and actually just dice roll kind is the one that really needs to move. Let's find a good place for it. So let's see. Can't see the code. Oh, because of that. Yeah, we'll take care of you on that. Sorry about that. And really? Did we do that again? Oh, you know what? I bet it's just, hold on, let me.
I think it's just the cache from last time, perhaps.
Yeah, let me refresh some caches on this page here. We'll see what it is. Is that the drone game that's doing that? That's the drone game, it looks like.
Drone overlay.
I'm saying refresh the cache. Oh, is it because we're at a breakpoint here, though? Hold on, we got to run to get out of here. Let's run so that the cache can refresh itself.
Is in the house.
Can't see it. All right, so we're solving the missing code problem. So let's go back in to where we were. And we got to do dice roll kind, and we got to get it out in its own spot, in a spot that's used by both.
Surely death is in the house.
I think it's going to go. I think we can put it inside Dragon Front Game as kind of as a temporary thing here. If we take it out of here and put it in Dragon Front Game, I'm pretty sure Dragon Front Game is used by both. It's got some enums in it as well, so it's not completely out of sync with what we were doing before. Unless we just need to double check that. We need to go to our overlay manager, go to the pages, and verify that Dragon Front Game is both an index, which I think it is. There it is. It's an index, and that it is in the dice roller. It is. So that change should be okay. Did I miss the random comment again?
I'm thinking, is that because we just had a whole bunch of fanfares just go across, and perhaps it was missed that we restarted everything, which is why they were
I'm
available
wondering
once more.
if that's it, if that's what it was. Okay, yeah, because we restarted, that's why the fanfares are coming back in. Okay, so let's go back and refresh. Come out over here and do a refresh. We'll send the data, and that might fix our exception problem. And okay, we are in a breakpoint. Let's run. I still don't see the data over here. Let's do a switch from here to clear that off. And let's come back over here. Oh, something went wrong. Didn't like that, did it?
Right, sorry, Will Bennett's referring to his comment regarding the use of random.next. Random.next double will get you a float, and therefore there won't be as much casting involved. He's absolutely right, we should bring that back. Just scroll from the top.
Legendary Moon is in the house.
That's awesome. Let's take a look at that. Let's fix that right now. You know, I was thinking, but I'm always like, you know, let's see, Mr. Announcer Bot is where I want to be. There it is. All right, what do we got next? It's an int. Hooray. Okay, so there's an int. So that means we can kill this. We can't do anything. Hold on. What is this? Play fanfare. I need a breakpoint here on chat command received. Let me just say, send a fictitious command out there so I get my breakpoint. Really? No? I have to do something like test, like that. There we go. There's my breakpoint. Okay. And let's go back to where we were. Fix this. So we get rid of that. I think we get rid of that. And that. I think that. And then I don't even need my math floor. So much better. Get it? I get all the parens out? I think I did. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so that's running again. Need to write a line on that scroll so it covers the Solution Explorer instead of the code. Wait.
So this is a reference to the fact that when the scroll comes up, it's on the left-hand side of the screen, which is traditionally above where your code is. If it was to come up on the right-hand side of the screen, it would cover the Solution Explorer.
Oh, right.
But that's kind of against the ultimate use of the scroll, which is to be on the left-hand side of the
Right.
Dungeons & Dragons stream. So,
Right.
yeah.
However, and I've also got other elements too from the stream that are showing up as well. Like in the Dragon Front overlay are putting the name tags under the characters here. If I clear that off, and it's also putting the clock and then restart it, I think we'll see the clock after a moment. But whenever I click the initialize player data button, that's when those name tags are going to come up too. So yeah, I think what we need for the code stream is we need an option in here to not show it, to hide it on the stream. So we kind of maybe we can maybe look into adding that in a bit. Okay, so let's go back over here. And it looks like the last place we left off is, so I'm going to hit the button again. So we're going to get some, it's going to obscure a second. I'll reload it. Here we go. We're at this breakpoint here. I'm just going to hit run now. Hey, now we got data. And this one died, but we got data on the one that's obscuring and blocking the code. Let's clear that and bring it back over here. Forces a reload. I can also do a manual reload of just that one element. My Solution Explorer is always on the left. Yeah, I think
Will Bennett suggests thinking outside the box and putting the Solution Explorer on the left so that it is inherently under the scroll rather than having to move the scroll.
We cannot really do that because our chat window background right here is over on the right side, and that's on the right side in about 200 different different scenes that we have out here. So let's do one more time here. Initialize player data. Got a lot of breakpoints here that I didn't realize I had. And for some reason, this is not liking these breakpoints here. So refresh again. Box yourself in. Surly saying taco, taco, taco. Michael Jolly says, I'm late. Guess we got to start over. Taco did not get a fanfare. Is that right?
I don't recall seeing one, no.
All right, one more time. Initialize player data. Okay, there we go. And then it's loading up. And, oh, except for the strength, wisdom, these are not, but I think I know why, because I renamed these elements, I think. Is that possible that I did? We need to go look at that. Why don't we see strength and those other pieces? Let me do one other thing. I'm just going to come in here quickly. I'm going to make a change to one of them on the main window. So I'm changing this to an 11 here, hitting enter on there, and I'm okay with that for now. I think I was testing the proficiency bonus. Yeah. Not sure what's going on here. Slow motion. What's my... I think it's like this, my experience with my machine today is similar to my experience with like how I'm perceiving the world a little bit, right? It's a little bit like underwater, fighting off sickness a little bit. And I feel like my machine is similarly, there's this kind of unexplained kind of thing going on here. This, I would love to know what's going on here.
Studio's got like 2.5 gigs of memory. I mean, it's not a huge percentage of your memory, but that seems high. The same for, was it OBS there?
Yeah, OBS is pretty high too. If we do it this way, I'm not too worried about these right now.
Yeah, so it's not a huge percentage of what you've got, obviously, but yeah.
But what I was interested in doing is if I could get in here into performance and do a recording here real quickly while it's loading itself up here, we could maybe get some clues into what the performance issue is here. Waiting for the next update. Maybe that should be enough. But I'm not seeing anything. There's the next update right there. Okay, so we just got the next update. Okay, what do you got for me? Anything? And I'm never good at reading these performance profiles. Codebase Alpha rating with a party of 4. Thank you, Codebase Alpha. Well, then it says, let me guess, your cat's name is Garfield? Yeah. It's kind of cool. All right, so what do we got? What is going on here? I don't even understand your function call main. I'm used to a different kind of readout in here in terms of performance here. Got 8 cats in the house, Legendary Moo does. And Surly Dev's
currently.
cat
Does that fluctuate a lot?
Surly Dev's cat is named Freda. Surly Dev, since your cat is now famous, if you want to send me a picture of Freda, I can incorporate that into your fanfare. So we can get that in there. What do we got? Animation frame fired, wow. Main.ts, recurring handler took 11 seconds. So it feels like there's a problem in the animation frame, I'm guessing. Or no, wait, this is game loop. Hold on, these are the individual pieces right here. So I'm now starting to get a sense of what they are. So I don't know what function called main.js source map 6 is. And then in here, can I zoom in? Okay, and then we got a bunch of update calls here. And these updates, that update call was at ½ a second. And it in turn is calling another update. Do you understand what's going on at all, Roy? Any more clueful at this than I am?
Well, it's a little tricky. I mean, I wonder if each new line is sort of one further step into the call stack. So game loop is calling update on the first line. Update on the first line is calling some other variation on the next line down, and then you get smaller and smaller pieces. But then there's repetition. So game loop is calling directly one update followed by second update followed by third and fourth on the screen horizontally.
Yeah, and this update is calling another update is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
And then you've got smaller and smaller pieces. So as you say, zooming in potentially helping that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm taking here as well too. That's kind of my sense as well. Forced reflow is likely a performance bottleneck. Oh, I like this.
Ooh, that sounds helpful.
I'm not sure what forced reflow is, though.
Is that a concept that we? Mind you, this has got a link on it. Is that a link? Can you, or is it
Well,
just?
no, I can't. As I move the
Can't
mouse to
get
try
to the tooltip disappears. Yeah.
it's just here to taunt me. Yeah.
Well, let's do a search on forced reflow.
Fine. Let's do a search,
See,
on reflow.
What forces layout reflow? Oh, this is like the interesting. It's like the. Remember the dev suggested that one of our recent performance bottlenecks was down to some XAML being reflowed or recalculated. So something about what we've got on screen forces Firefox to evaluate how everything is laid out again.
It's Chrome.
Sorry, in your case, Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least I get here. I get like a. I get a. Here's the update call right here. Force dot apply force 2. So it feels like there's a lot of objects in the world, is what it feels like. Maybe might be the problem, and maybe the objects haven't been cleaned up yet. Is what I'm wondering.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's go back over. Let me do one other thing. I want to come. If I come over here to this one, I think I want to take my scroll background on here. Scroll overlay. Oh, I did. It's turned off on this one. So this will clear the code issue here. And I think maybe also I'll do the drag in front overlay and turn it off here too as well. I'm not sure if I do that. That means the special effects, we can't test those from the, we can't test those. Okay, so that's a clue at least, is that it might be, the issue might be here. And I'm not sure if this is the force that we're talking about, but it might be. So in that
I suspect what you've got here. So you're in an update method now, and that's going on as its last, sorry, not last line, the second last line to call another update. So that's the character.update. Now your issue is on a third level of depth. So what does the character update call?
Hold on one second. You were looking at this code right here.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the line 54 there is our first update, line 64 is our second update, and that there's a depth inside of character update that will also call update. Something in that is forcing the DOM or the objects within our purview to necessitate the browser doing this reflow, and maybe it's happening too often and is therefore causing a performance issue.
Yeah, my sense is that we can fix this by going into characters and clearing everything out just before we do the scroll, and we drop the scroll down.
Okay, sure.
That's my sense, is that maybe there's things that are sticking around and not being cleared out. That's putting a heavier...
We could console write line the number of characters just prior to the for each.
Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? That's
or something.
Yes. Let's look at that for a second. Let's get it this way. It might be a little faster. There it is right there.
Because how many characters in the traditional sense here would we be hoping that there was?
And there might be a lot of forces too. We should check the forces and the characters is what we should do, I think. So inside of update, we could say, note it says here we could remove expired forces here, so I don't know if that's a problem there or not, but I'm going to say console log characters dot count.
I think maybe length if it's an array.
There it is right there. So we've got that, and then we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to come in and say world.forces.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And length. We'll send those two out. See how that works.
Good. A bit of reconnaissance, find out what's happening.
Yeah, let's do a refresh. See what we get. That should be crazy. We should just see loads and loads, right? Because that update's happening many times. What's happening over here?
We'll see the information repeated a lot, certainly.
Cannot access world before initialization.
Okay.
What did I do? There it is, right
there.
there.
World equals this, a little lower than that. Yeah.
Okay, so do that one more time.
This is where it all works perfectly and there's no performance of any kind or performance issues.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to come over
to lots of 1. There's not a lot
app.
of things initially. That's good.
Initialize the player data. Oh, I think we're not fully refreshed here. I saw these coming through, but we're not. There we go. Now, so we'll call initialize the player data. What do we got? What was that big thing that came up here? Okay, that's just the data. That's some debug stuff. Okay, yeah, nothing's changing here. It has nothing to do with the length, at least in that level.
And yet there's clearly, certainly on the stream, a delay still.
Okay. So
it's not about the repetition of things, it's more about the innate complexity of something within.
I don't know. I got the feeling from the call stack that we were calling update at multiple different levels when we were looking at that the performance results.
Well, we've seen 2 of what they are. I don't think we've explored the 3rd yet.
So I just realized we can see, I was kind of like, well, it doesn't tell me where it's coming from, but it's coming from, you can see if you look down here where it's coming from. So that's coming from game
You've got the scroll in the way still from previous execution.
I'm just looking off to the right, but I will go ahead and fix that now. There you go. Okay. So, but what I'm looking at
Oh, you have got an actual reference, yeah.
So I'm looking at, down here at the bottom is kind of where we're seeing that right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
what the first one was, I'm not sure where. The second one was character. The third one you're saying is world.
Let's see.
And that's the one that it's got its note against about the reflow issue.
Yeah, this one. So it goes dragon game, goes game.ts, goes world.ts, and then we're still in world.ts. What's interesting, it seems to be calling back into itself. If I come down here, now we go to character stat scroll, line 440. What's going on over there? It's update. I've suspected it's here. This is where I thought the problem was in the emitters that we had. I was thinking, well, let's comment out the emitters and see if we have any issue. In fact, that's such a good idea. I'm liking that so much. Let's go try that right now. Character stat scroll update. Let's find it this way. And wait, I went totally the wrong one. Try again. Character stat scroll. That's that feature I wanted, Roy, where it highlights the one I'm in. When I was over here, I wouldn't have missed that, I think. Oh, that's pre-update. I want that one right there, that update. Okay. And so let's just say we're not going to have a top emitter or a bottom emitter. And or my highlight emitter. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's just see what happens to the performance of it. Come in here, refresh. Yeah, I think it's related to the emitter. That was my gut feel on this. And I know I'm like, this is like, you know, breaking, it's kind of breaking a bit of a rule of performance, which is, you know, just look at the data. But I, you know, never guess it, because your chances of being right are so low. Taking a long time to refresh. Just making sure we're not at a breakpoint. How's everybody doing, by the way, guys?
Chat room is very quiet. I was almost wondering, has it become disconnected in some sense? Hey, you're all still there.
Still.
We're watching in awe, Cecilia.
Watching in awe,
awesome.
Yeah, this is like, I'm in awe about how long this is taking to refresh over here. That's like a little crazy, trying to sleep.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers. All right, so what's going on? Are we going to be done? I'm going to say stop loading the page, empty cache and hard reload.
Yeah.
And I think
previous refreshes have been a lot quicker than this.
I'm about to shut down Chrome and then restart the whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to give it 5 more seconds, and then if I don't see it, it's gone. Okay. We're done with that. Let's stop. Let's start. So we've commented out the emitter lines right here.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I almost want to do this. That's taking a long time. It's slightly unresponsive, but my machine's doing a lot of things here, Rory. So I'm like not quite at the point where I'm like it's starting up all of this stuff and see stuff happening all over the place. So we're going to say false. Whoops. False. Show emitters, and then I just want to change this a little bit. So it's if character stat scroll dot show emitters. Then we're going to do this and do the same thing down here. Like that.
That's a good plan.
All right, I like that a little bit better. Let's now test our refresh over here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and send the data over. Okay, so there's one that we just did. Let's do a second one.
That seems an awful lot smoother.
Yeah, doesn't it?
And I know your machine seems to be under some load today, so actually in one way, okay, that's bad for getting things done, but it does tend to exaggerate any problems like this so you can see them more clearly, and that's not bad.
Sure. Sure. Okay, so yeah, it feels like it's in the emitters, is what it feels like to me. I think that the highlight emitter pages, these are, I think, not, I'm pretty sure these are not actually emitters. Let me double check them. Highlight emitter pages. Oh, it is. It's a highlight emitter. It is. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'm getting closer to it, but I don't know that we're going to be able to get the answer. I'm still feeling like we don't have enough data to get the answer on here. Let's go switch it back to true for a second, though. Let's refresh the. So now refreshed over here. We'll just slam it a bunch more times and see if we get the performance issue again. And at the very least, it'll tell us, okay, that's part of it. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, this binary approach, here we go, done, let's slam it. Already it's slower, I can tell.
Yeah, you can see that straight away, can't you?
Yeah. Slow as it comes out. I also wanted to try...
I'm going to say strange... Oh, no, because we didn't... Sorry, I was going to say strange side effect that the stream is not showing the emitters, but that's because we haven't refreshed the stream to take advantage of that code. So, yes, that's fine.
Right, right. I'm just going through and just highlighting, setting... I want to trigger some of the highlight emitters, too, and see if it's related to the performance issue. I'm going to bring up some other players. Yeah, it's starting to get really slow there on the last one. Let's see. Do another initialized player data out here again. There we go, nice and slow. All right, so one more time I'm going to go back in here, change it to false, just to verify here. Refresh. Let's clear the stream here for a second. We will see, we'll verify, and if that's the case, then we'll know, okay, at least we know the emitters are related to the perf issue. And we'll at least have that and as a piece of information that we'll gain from the stream. Looks like we got a slow, it's taking longer than expected to refresh. And I attribute this to an issue with Chrome. We've seen this before, it seems. Yeah, it looks like it's taking way too long to refresh.
It's interesting. This is for the second time, I think, a refresh that is slow after a passage in which we have been experiencing the poor performance. So it's almost like we've gathered lots of memory or lots of usage or something like that, and now it's having trouble disposing of it properly.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is true. I totally agree with that perspective. It's as if it's still trying to, there we go, it just finished, okay. And
so it's not so much the loading of the page, it's the killing off of the previous version, you know?
Yeah, that might be it. Okay, so let's do it, we'll send the data again one more time.
Soldier in the house.
All right, there we go. Wait, it's not doing the, I thought I said show emitters. Oh, I set it to false. Did I do the true last time? Yeah, I guess I did. That's right. So I'm testing the opposite of it. Okay. So then.
And sure enough, it is back up to speed, pretty much.
Yeah, it is. Looks like it's fine. Looks like the speed is totally consistent every time. And the highlight pieces work, but I've got no emitters on it. Switching over. Yeah, I'm feeling that we've got a problem with the emitters, so I'm going to use that as a as a guide and change my thought on this in terms of how to go about solving this particular problem and discovering what it is. I'm going to change it back to true for now. Put a little comment over here related to perf issue. That and we'll continue to try to drill in and see what's going on with there. Maybe we can use some of the data from the performance analysis inside of Chrome combined with this to look for specifically issues that the emitters might be causing. All right, so next I want to do the original task here is to figure out why the data is not coming down and showing up down here. And the what is being shown. So it's like nothing is being shown here is kind of what's going on. If I send just a 1 over like that, now what's interesting is some things show. So now if I change one thing there, I just changed the 1, I just made a change to the text here. I changed the 1 to a 1 and a text change event triggered updating all the data. So I can do this here as well like this. Nothing's coming through in the strength, but I bet if I come over here and I change AC to 25, there you see it update as soon as I type it in, right there.
Yeah,
so
very quick.
That is happening. That's working. So my strength's not working. Looks like my modifiers are working. However, they are different from the modifiers here that Willie is showing, which could mean that they're coming from another set of numbers that we don't have. So we kind of need to figure those out. Why aren't those numbers coming across? I think the other pieces, though, if I come in here and click on this, those are all working as well. That's good. Okay, good. So that's being sent across.
So it's almost like you're sending a partial set of different data, because the wisdom there is +6 is, as you say, different to the +2 you already have. But if you can imagine you were sending a +6 without a bunch of the other information, then it would arrive and things like strength wouldn't be able to have a value because for some reason they were missing. It's like an initialization that was only partial.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with the naming of things is what I think my problem is. I think that's why we're not seeing that data across. So we kind of need to drill into this. Now, it's been a while since I wrote this code, so I'm not exactly sure where. I'm going to have to kind of do a little bit of investigation. But I'm pretty sure it's in character stats scroll. And yeah, I think I feel like I'm almost looking for a string here. Like, let's try looking for strength in a string.
I'm going to scroll on the code again, Mark.
Oh, thanks. It's gone.
There we go.
Hold on. I want to hit cancel on this. I want to look only through the active file. Only through the current document. So let's try changing it into double quotes and see if we got it. No. All right, it was worth a shot. Okay, so we are somewhere in here we build stat boxes, as I recall. Stat boxes. Let's see if I can find those. Or maybe let's do this. Let's come up here and say stat boxes. Stat box. That's a C# one. I thought, oh yeah, I am thinking of C# code. It's not where I want to be. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's look through here. Let's look what we've got. Here's the constructor. Highlight emitter pages push, add highlight emitters. That's not what we want. Wait. There's something. Stat pages. There we go. Okay, stat page. So let's look at our stat pages here. Okay, so those are stat pages. Let's go look at our main stats page and look at what's going on there. I think this is the problem. It's not here, it's here. Add abilities. Let's go into there. Object keys ability. So those are our abilities. And I think we want to have the word base right here because I renamed it. And I'm pretty sure that's the thing that is causing the problem, is what I think. Let's set a breakpoint here and just make sure that that's an uppercase letter coming in. And let's refresh.
Yeah.
I just clicked refresh over here on this, so it's reloading. Oh, check it out, we're already here. Okay, so the array is not uppercase, so I've got to initial cap this. And I feel like it's not easy to initial cap. Let's do this instead. Let's do an initial cap on it, like that. Do a this dot. We'll create something that initial caps that piece, so we're not having. And I think it's something like, you might want to double check my work, Roy, with a search. But I think it's something like arg of 0 dot to upper. plus arg of 0 dot substr, beginning at the specified location and having the specified length. And which one is this? It would start in an end. The end is optional here. This is the one I think I want.
You can take a slice brackets 1, and I think it's everything from 1 onwards of the S. The string, is that correct? That way you don't need to feed in a substring and... Oh, hang on. No, that should work as well, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I got. Let's run it. Let's set a breakpoint here. We'll double check our work. And refresh. Just hit refresh on it. We'll set a breakpoint here. Strip on his back. All right. Now, do I have my breakpoint there? I don't. Set my breakpoint there. Now, there's my initial cap. And we are still loading. There we go. We just finished the load. Let's go click the button. There's the button. Huh.
So substring expects to have 2 parameters.
I think my problem is
the start and the end.
I said this, and I should have said stat page. I have a bug here. I'm pretty sure we'll stat page dot initial cap. That's what I want right there. Need to refresh one more time. What did you say, Rory? I'm sorry.
I started to say that substring required 2 parameters, but actually the second one is optional. So yeah, what you're doing should work fine.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything that checks the length of stir, which would be nice, and maybe put this in a place like my stir utils or something like that. Put it in a different place. But let's see what that looks like. Dang it, what is the command to suppress the fanfare?
It's the square brackets.
Yeah, your first thing comes in a square bracket. Surly Dev says, should that be stir of 0 dot substring? No, I don't think so. Stir of 0, I think, is the first character, isn't it? That's what I think it is. We're refreshed. Let's click the button. Hopefully get to the breakpoint. No breakpoint. What? Why aren't we getting to a breakpoint? Am I just add abilities? I should be in here. Why am I not getting an add abilities call? Add abilities create main stats page. That's happening in initialize scroll. That happens in a call to initialize. We're just going up the ancestry chain here. Run game initialize. What? We should be getting out here. We should be getting into the place we need to get. Create main stat page. Are we not even getting here? That doesn't make sense. Let's refresh again. Okay, that's good to see. Stepping in, new stat page. Here's the constructor. Okay, we're kind of going to hit add abilities in a second here. Here's add abilities. Abilities length is 7. Add stat. Okay. What are we getting here? Now there's this. Let's see if we're going to add that whole thing as a watch. Whoops. Where's my watch? Where's my watch?
Undefined.
There it is. Strength. Okay, it's good.
Oh,
that's
strength,
what I wanted.
okay.
So it is working. Okay. So we confirmed that. And then we're going to, let's just hit run, and let's see if that's enough, if I remembered the naming right on the name of the name change here. I think I started them all with the word base for those, so that they would match my C# data structures as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hit the button. Send it over. There we go. We've got now some data there. Now the data is wrong and we've got the performance is slow, but I think if I change this to an 11, all the data will be right. There it is. So that's what I saw before. So there's got a kind of an initialization problem there, but the cool thing is, though, that at least that's working. The mods are not working. It looks like the mods are running off the wrong data, so I got to look up that. But I'm feeling like I've kind of been like, in this not fun world where I'm kind of getting beaten by the code a little bit.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to call the show is what I'm going to do. By the way, if we got anybody out there who's not a normal watcher and you are interested in getting a copy of CodeRushed,
CodeRushed!
it's this product we're using while we're writing code in here to help us write code a little faster inside of Visual Studio. Helps write faster. If you want a copy of that, just let me know right now out in the chat room. Just say, hey, I'd like a copy, and I will DM you, and we'll get you a copy of that. So we got another minute for doing that.
No!
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I'm saying no. So and I hear you guys sad and all, but I'm like, is it really fun to watch this? I think it's way more fun when I'm making the code do what I want it to do, rather than the code just kind of slapping me around. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. Why is Rory still here is the question.
That's a good point. I do kind of have to make a move myself, but
I think everybody's like, let's watch. It's kind of fun to watch, train wrecks in slow motion a little bit like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna maybe look and review the code in prep for tomorrow. And I think my sense is tomorrow I'm gonna. Well, I got two ways this can go. How long has it been since Rory ended the show? I think it's been a lot of episodes. But I think there's two ways that we can go on this tomorrow. Either it's going to, or I guess three. It's either going to be noticeably worse, noticeably better, or not noticeably different. Those are the three ways tomorrow's show, I think, is likely to go.
You've covered all the options there, yeah.
Well, it could be that there's no show as well. There could be like absolute insanity, I suppose, too. Sex Positive wasn't with us today, so we didn't get to do those tests on the new pieces. We'll hopefully do that. Straight Butter's thanking Will Bennett for the regex help. So yeah, good job on that. Yeah, Will strikes me as like his ability to retain data that I should retain, but I don't, is good. I want to wish everybody a happy 18th of Kythorn. In the Dungeons and Dragons time. That's in the Dale Reckoning calendar, of course. That's today's date.
Of course.
And with that, it looks like nobody else. Will Bennett subscribed for 4 months. Thanks, Will, for the subscription. We're going to get out of here, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Rory.
Yeah, no problem.